Okay, Thomas, thank you for joining our podcast. I would like to start our conversation with general question. Could you please tell me a little bit more information about when your company was started, your role in the company, number of locations, little story?
Thank you, Igor. Happy to do that. So our company is actually two years and a bit old. We started the company in 2023 August, and the company Better Burger Society was formed then. And Better Burger Society is the mother company that owns Holy Cow burger chain in Switzerland and Friends and Burgers burger chain in Finland. So that's the story for this current company. Of course, both Friends and Burgers and Holy Cow have their own respective histories in Finland and Switzerland. So Friends and Burgers was founded in 2014, so it's 11 years old now, and Holy Cow was founded in 2009, so that's 16 years old now. So we have two legs, one 11 years old and one 16 years old. Holy Cow has now 20 locations in Switzerland, and we have with Friends and Burgers 33 locations in Finland.
Great. Just several years and 30 locations.
Yes.
How it happened? It's amazing result.
Well, if I talk, let me focus on the Friends and Burgers story a little bit here, and let's leave Holy Cow aside. So Friends and Burgers story is such that as it was founded in 2014, there were 6 founders who started the company. They ran the company very successfully until 2019 or so, when they started to think about maybe they should get some help or support to run the company. And in 2020, right before Corona, so just before the Corona started, they sold a majority of the company to its previous owner, Noho Partners. And then you might think that that was a good timing. You could sell your restaurant company right before Corona. But actually, throughout the Corona times, Friends and Burgers was very successful and opening more and more locations throughout Finland and growing through Corona. It was a very good time for the business performance. And I joined the company then actually 1 year before we started Better Burger Society. And then, the purpose was really to look into how to go international. And our decision was then made that we want to go international by acquiring different brands in different markets. And that's where the idea came to acquire Holy Cow, and that acquisition and forming of Better Burger Society we completed in 2023.
Okay, understood. Thank you very much for the information. Thomas, let's start with the general question. What pain points do you see? General question. If you could resolve just one issue in your business, what would you resolve?
In a consumer business, as we work in consumer business, so the biggest, I won't call it a problem, but I would call it the biggest challenge we work on is how do we attract more and more customers to come and visit us? This is the number one challenge we face. All the rest is easier to solve. I mean, easier to solve meaning how do you serve them efficiently? How do you serve them with high quality service? But the real deal is that how do we make sure that we get customers to come to us? And of course, that they will also return to us.
Okay, thank you very much. And how do you manage the information? What do you do in order? So if you are focused on attracting customers, let's start. Do you have loyalty program?
No, we don't have we have loyalty program, but it's not the key focus, because with the loyalty program, you only try to attract the customers who have already been to you and who have signed up for your loyalty program. So you restrict your sphere of universe into sort of a subset of something. And obviously, as we are a challenger, we're a challenger in the burger market. So we don't have the old legacy of having customers coming to us for a long time. So it's not the starting point, but it's a game that it's a play that we will play at some point more intensively and develop our own followership in loyalty program.
Okay, so for now you don't have. I saw on your website you don't registration and sign up functionality on your website, so you do not collect the information about the clients at all. You left these points a little bit for later. Okay, got it. What do you think about third-party delivery services? There are lots of international players like Glovo, Uber Eats, DoorDash. What do you think about them? Do you suffer from them? So, is it? Do you pay a lot for them? What is your vision?
Our vision with these food delivery services is very clear. It's one very important sales channel for us. So how we see the customers is that customers have multiple touch point with us. They have multiple touch point with our brand. And one of those touch points, which is an important one, are the food delivery services. So obviously, what I mean by touch point is that it's a marketplace where you have a lot of volumes, where you have a lot of prospective and current customers. So first of all, we can make our brand, our restaurant brand, be known to customers there, and they can browse our menu. So they get to know who we are, they get to know what we do, and that's an important function. And obviously, it brings around 30% of our revenues. So I think it's very important sales channel as well. And for us, it's more a cooperation. I mean, and it's a very important cooperation with delivery platforms that we work with them, and they work with us to make sure that customers in this delivery channel have the best possible experience.
Okay. Do they provide the information? You do not use it, I understand. But in any case, thinking for the future, do this service. I think you, as I understand from your website, you work with Bolt.
We work with in Finland. We work with all the players who play in this space.
But online ordering is organized.
Online ordering. Yes, there's two things. So one is strictly the platforms. So when you as a customer go to the platform holder's website, which means you go to Wolt or you go to their app or you go to Foodora or their app. And then we have also our own online ordering channel, which where you may see through that it's based on Wolt's technology platform. So that's something that, of course, that as customers have multiple ways of interacting with us. So one way is to interact directly with our website, either mobile or with the computer. So then we also provide functionality to order from there. And that functionality also expands into the restaurant setting. So in our restaurants, with your own mobile device, you can order through this online ordering service, and you can get your meals delivered to your table.
Yeah, but as I understand, as I see, it's not this functionality is based on Volt platform.
Yes.
So it redirects. All the process is done on the Volt platform, and so the information is stored on the Volt site, and you receive. I think it's connected to your POS system, and you receive the orders through the API to your POS system, and is able to see.
Yes, so obviously we have integration API with Volt, so we receive the orders however these are placed. So as you said, in our own online ordering solution, we are using Volt's technology. So they're the technology vendor for us. So obviously, in this case, the orders are then transferred from this particular system, from the Volt system, into our POS system, as well as our kitchen ERP system. So because we first of all have to record the sales in the POS system, but we also have to take the orders in our kitchen POS system, which controls the kitchen work.
Okay, understood. And speaking about your POS system, just for the statistics from you, what POS system do you use, and are you satisfied with it?
Yeah, so we use with Friends and Burgers, we use Resolution POS system. So I think that's a market leader in the Finnish space.
Mm-hmm. I think it's it's a local one because
it's a local one. They have presence also in some other Nordic countries like Denmark and Norway.
Okay, understood. Speaking about the amount, the number of your locations, really great number of locations. How do you manage the consistency across all these locations?
I think the consistency in terms of customer experience is really important, because when you talk of consistency, I think, when you have a brand name, we have Friends and Burgers, so everybody should receive the same type of experience, and experience means food and service wherever you are. So managing the consistency is obviously very important. Our main tool to manage consistency are regular audits, and so that's starting from the back end, actually saying that it's regular audits where we check that whatever we do is the same. But obviously, it all starts from having a platform for sharing instructions,
Mhm.
and making sure that the instructions are in a uniform way distributed across our networks, and all the employees have easy access to have the instructions. And then obviously we have a management model where the store managers and shift supervisors make sure that things are done according to instructions. And as said, then in the end, we have audits done regularly to make sure that the quality and the consistency is in place.
Mhm. Okay, and what platform do you use? Interesting for me.
Yeah, we use Mono3 platform for sharing of the instructions and for internal communications. Kind of the old way of saying it's intranet, but because this is a mobile device driven thing, and obviously, I don't think many users even know that you can use it with a computer.
Okay, understood. Speaking about your clients, how do you see your average client? Who did? How often it comes, why it comes, and so on. How do you see?
In the burger business, in the fast food burger business, the regular customers are skewed a little bit to the younger clientele, and there's maybe in the overall customers, and I'm talking, our big competitors like McDonald's. There's maybe a little bit more male than female, but not much. But it's younger. Our clientele is more spread even across different age groups. So yes, we have young people, but we have also older people. And I don't know whether it's interesting or not, but it's like half. So it's half man and half woman. Um, I would still say the typical customer for us is someone around 30 years and lives in a city, as we're located in cities. And that's where you would start from. But it's really ultimately comes down to people who like good burgers that are served in a convenient, easy to have fashion.
Mhm. Okay. Right now, it's a question for the future, but I would like to know your opinion about this point, because a lot of brands tell me about the retention mystery. And speaking about their clients, why do they return? How often do they return? And so on. It's getting back to this question. How important do you see this is for you?
It is very important, and I think for us it's important in two ways. It's one way that obviously we like our regular customers. They are really important for us. They're the ones who have given in their precious lives. They have given space for Friends and Burgers to be part of their life. So it's very important that they come back to us. And secondly, these are also very important for us because they are the ones who recommend us to their friends and acquaintances, so that it's a source of new customers. And we've seen this in some of our locations where we have had nice growth, that this is happening because people who come to us, they like it, which means they return, but they also spread the word, and they spread the word and tell to their friends that this is a great place, and make make new friends with us, give us new customers. And obviously, at the heart of this whole thing is that for us, it's fundamental that we provide great experience whenever a customer comes to us. So every as we one of our values is that every burger matters, and it is really important that we work day and night out to make sure every burger has and meets the quality standards that we have set for our food.
Mhm. Okay, got it. Thank you very much. Tuomas, what do you think about AI emerging on the market? How do you see its future for you?
AI.
AI in the
Yeah,
for the food and beverage.
I would say that food and beverage, as it's fairly, there's a lot of tasks that are done by employees. It's fairly heavy on sort of manual labor. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff you need to prepare in the kitchen, you need to serve the customers, and so forth. So I would say that there's it's not one of the industries that's necessarily at the forefront of AI adoption, but there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that comes into play, and of course we are very curious as we want to be the number one with the BBS. So BBS, the mother company, we want to be the number one platform for Better Burger business in Europe. So we look a lot into this. So it all starts from customer interaction at the first phase. So first, like if you talk of marketing, there's a lot of stuff in marketing where it's you can be better in kind of targeting and even create better content with the help of AI. And the second very tangible point where everybody should see this are the interfaces for ordering. And in practical terms, majority of our orders come through kiosks, like the self-service kiosks that we have in restaurants. So obviously, in the self-service kiosks, the menu presentation, the cross sale, so to say, what's recommended for you, what goes well with this. This is something where AI plays a role, and it can be very, very targeted. So in some cases, if you're identified, it can be targeted to you, Igor. What are you having and what's suitable for you? And then in a non-identified user scenario, so it is just generally that you've picked and chosen these products, and maybe at this point of time in this restaurant, these are the products that are best complements for this, and these are recommended to go buy. So that's an important area, marketing, then ordering, a very, very important one. Then you may end up having some help with the kitchen and service processes, but that's a little bit far out. There are, for instance, in food and beverage, there are service robots and so forth, but that needs to probably become a bit better before it's sort of commonplace in the industry to utilize AI and automatization in the actual restaurant production, so to say. But then where the AI comes into play again is when the customer has visited us. So we of course get a lot of customer feedback in different channels. So managing and handling the customer feedback is something that is and will be even more AI powered. So AI powered also in terms of how do we respond to customers, but also how do we utilize this data that we get, unstructured, in many cases unstructured data. How do we draw insights from this when customer has given us some feedback or review somewhere? How do we make sure that we take this to develop our business?
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. You touched the point, the analytics. Do you use anything for the analytics? You have a lot of locations and you might have an understanding regarding all of them or definite location.
Yep. That's another thing that I didn't touch upon. I was just talking about customers, but obviously, when we talk about analyzing the data, we have plenty of data. And we have, if you divide the data, yes, we have transaction-related data that tells us, who's been with us. We have some external data that comes from some surveys and so forth, and then we have, operational data, a lot of data regarding, in which hour, how many customers were there, how was the staffing, and so forth and so forth. And obviously, that's an area which is not specific to food and beverage industry, but overall, as we have plenty of data, using AI to simply draw conclusions from the data is of course something we develop, and we see a lot of future there. That for instance, as a manager of the business, you may ask, you may want AI to summarize to you what went well in my restaurant this week, and then that should give you a summary in terms of when did you have the great customer feedback? How was it operationally? Did you have the right amount of staff and so forth? So obviously AI can be a very powerful tool in understanding the business performance better.
Yeah, agree 100% with you. But do you use something for the analytics, or you just focus on POS system integrated?
No, we use Microsoft tools. So we've moved into Power BI. Kind of believing in this, that it's a platform for the future, that they have enough, they should have, as a leading provider, have enough firepower to develop it further, because these days, if you pick and choose, there's a lot of systems that can provide you straightforward basic reporting, but what anyone should be after is to have like a future-proof solution where you can have a partner that will develop the reporting and AI capabilities that your system will be at the forefront, because I don't believe that you will create competitive advantage by having a better system, because there's many, but you need to have one that's definitely at the forefront and can make sure that you're there in the game of having the best analytical tools available.
It's great to know, because most of our clients, big chain restaurants, also use Power BI, and I agree, because it gives an opportunity to create custom dashboards. Not predefined values, but any custom dashboard AI insights to get, as you mentioned, AI insights and so on. I agree. As for me, it's one of the best solutions for the food and beverage industry. Thomas, let me come.
Yes.
You also Thomas. You also mentioned that you implemented kiosks, ordering
Yes.
kiosks in
Yes.
your restaurants. What is interesting for me regarding the experience of our clients, I've got the values that after just installing this order kiosk in the restaurants, also fast food and beverage industry, they've got about 15 up to 20%. It depends. One restaurant chain, 90 restaurants in Europe, got 18%, I remember, growth in ordering, and also growth in average check. Do you have this statistics? It would be great for me.
Yes, we have similar numbers. So we see higher average ticket from kiosks, which is very much like an industry fact that you get it. Of course, the size varies, and we have also some variation, and it depends how you develop the kiosks, because there's different approach to do this, right? For some, you may argue that kiosk is a way of making the work more efficient because you don't need to employ someone at the gas counter to take in the orders. For others, it's a tool, or for majority, it's a tool to increase the ticket size. So you make it a machine that sells. And I like the selling power of kiosks because they never get tired and they always do the right thing. There's never any mistake in the sales script. Whereas for us, the kiosk, we predominantly see it as a way to improve the customer experience, and which means that it's a great way to present our menu. It's a great way to take time and look through what you want to have. It's a great way to customize your order if you want to. So we've taken, this is our predominant target with the kiosks. So we haven't targeted the highest possible ticket size. It comes as a side effect of having a great customer experience, and that's what we do, and that's what we get.
Regarding our clients' experience too, they manage about the kiosks. They also manage what will be shown first at what time and so on. So like taking control under the client's behavior, trying to take control under the client's behavior. So do you understand? So, for example, this burger will be shown at 12 p.m. and this at 6 p.m. and so on, depending on the preference and then depending on the analytics.
Yes,
too. They create these strategies. Great to know. Great to know, Thomas. Really great to know. So, as I understand, you do not implement its mobile app.
We have mobile ordering. Well, I mean, it's a matter of definition whether it's an app, but of course, from our website with the sort of you can have the mobile ordering. So we have it completed, and with Holyco we have a mobile app. So Holyco runs a mobile app where you can collect redeemable points from your purchases and have the loyalty functionality. With Friends and Burgers, we're not yet there. It's part of the future plans, obviously, to move into this space.
Usually, do you have regarding your second company also maybe the understanding or the values? Usually, it increases, mobile app increases ordering by 10% in average. I mean, repeating order. Could you please tell me if you have the same experience?
Yes, we have the same experience that it increases the order value. However, what we see also with the mobile ordering that we have with Friends and Burgers that you can order in mobile, it's not a way that customers prefer. There's a clear preference of utilizing first and foremost the kiosk channel. That's the clear preference. And then there's secondly, there's a lot of people who use the delivery platforms and are on their sites and place the orders through that. So these are the customers' preferred ways of working. And I think that's where the volumes are for our business.
Okay, understood, Thomas. Thomas, our today's time comes to the end. Thank you very much for joining our podcast.